So we're looking at the plantar aspect, or the back of this hind leg of this heavy horse, and I've started dissecting the flexor tendons running down the back. So up here at the hock, you can see first of all the superficial flexor tendon, and down here you can see the wide, the way it fans out just as it passes over the point of hock, or the tuber calcaneus. This is a calcaneus underneath here, and there was, when I dissected this, this was completely full of synovial fluid where it's cushioning the movement of the superficial flexor tendon as it passes over the point of hock. So this superficial flexor comes away. You can see here where I've dissected the annular ligament, the proximal digital annular ligament that passes over, holding it in place. In fact, you can actually see the distinction where, again with synovial fluid wrapped underneath, the proximal digital annular ligament is running over this superficial flexor tendon. So we can pull that away, and you can also see here where the superficial flexor is preparing to make a loop around the deep digital flexor. So if we come up to the top again, and you can see where the deep digital flexor tendon passes through the hock on the lateral aspect. So if we pull this out of the gap where it's sitting, and then behind it you can see the check ligament of the deep digital flexor tendon, much smaller in the hind limb than it is in the front. In the front limb, often you'll see the check ligament will be the same size or even sometimes bigger than the tendon itself, whereas here it's a very, very small band. Sometimes it's not even present. So we can pull that away, the deep digital flexor tendon. And you can see underneath here at the fetlock, where the deep digital flexor tendon was sitting on top of the proximal sesamoids here, completely enwrapped in the intersesamoidean ligament. So this massive ligament tissue here, which is at the back of the fetlock, where the deep digital flexor tendon runs over it. And then underneath here, I've cut the end of the suspensory ligament. The suspensory ligament, which begins here in the hock where the plantar ligament ends, the suspensory ligament. And you can see its two branches forming where the suspensory ligament splits, bifurcates, and you have one attachment on the inside and the outside into the proximal sesamoid bones. So back in order, you've got the branches of the suspensory ligament and the main body of the suspensory ligament. And then you've got the deep digital flexor tendon lying over the intersesamoidean ligament with its very small check ligament, and they run inside the hock. And then over the top of it all, you've got here at the fetlock, you've got your annular ligament holding them all in place. And then this superficial flexor tendon running over the top, fanning out and sitting over the top of the tuber calcaneus or calcaneus.